All right, PumpPanda family, we're always on the hunt, right, for those meme coin moonshots, those juicy 100x plays.
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
this week, things took a bit of a turn. The crypto jungle got hit with a pretty serious shakeup.
For sure.
The Bybit hack.
Yeah.
And we need to unpack this because this affects everybody, even if you're just holding, a little bit of Doge for the memes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The scale of this thing is just wild. We're not talking about some small-time exchange here. This is Bybit, the third largest globally.
Right.
And they're confirming a loss of $1.4 billion in ETH straight from their cold wallets.
$1.4 billion. It's hard to even wrap your head around a number like that.
Yeah.
And you know what's even crazier is that Bybit is saying that customer funds are safe. They'll cover the losses.
Right.
But then they're turning around and taking out loans to handle withdrawals.
Yeah, it's making a lot of people nervous, especially after what happened with FTX.
It's giving off some serious deja vu.
Yeah.
Right? Like, are we about to see another one of these implosions?
Yeah. It's giving off some major red flags, and it's definitely making people wonder about Bybit's solvency.
Yeah.
Can they really cover these losses, or are they just trying to buy some time?
Yeah, it's a question everybody's asking, and for good reason.
Right.
But let's take a step back for a second. Let's talk about the hacker themselves.
Okay.
I mean, the wallet that they're using now holds twice as much ETH as Vitalik Buterin, the guy who literally created Ethereum.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's not hyperbole at all. That wallet is now the 14th largest ETH holder in the entire world.
Wow.
Think about that for a second. They're holding more ETH than Fidelity Investments and the Ethereum Foundation combined.
That's wild.
This is a whale among whales.
A whale among whales.
Yeah.
And they're not just sitting on this massive pile of ETH either. They started moving the funds almost immediately, splitting them up into smaller amounts, sending them to different addresses.
Classic money laundering 101.
Classic, yeah, tech stuff.
So this is where things get really interesting. This is where the Lazarus Group enters the picture.
Oh, yeah. And I know this is getting a little bit tinfoil hat territory, but just hear me out. Analysts are linking the Bybit hack to this North Korean state-backed cybercrime syndicate.
It's crazy.
Right? Like, we're not just talking about some random hacker in their mom's basement. This is a whole other level of sophistication.
These guys are the real deal. They're the masterminds behind some of the biggest crypto heists we've ever seen.
Right.
Including the $620 million Ronin network hack.
Which at the time was the biggest DeFi hack ever.
Was the biggest DeFi hack ever until this one?
So we're talking about a government-funded hacking squad potentially behind all of this. This is some next-level stuff right here.
Yeah, this is where things start to get a little bit scary.
A little bit, right? It's like something out of a movie.
And what's really interesting is that the Bybit attack shows the same transaction patterns and wallet movements as previous Lazarus Group heists.
So it's like their signature move.
It's like they left their fingerprints all over the crime scene.
So if it is the Lazarus Group, what does that mean for Bybit and the wider crypto space?
Well, the honest answer is it's not good.
Right.
It's never good news when something like this happens on this scale.
Uh-huh.
But the real concern is what this means for the future of crypto regulation.
Oh, here we go.
Because governments around the world have been looking for any excuse to crack down on crypto for years.
Right. They hate that they can't control it.
Exactly. And this hack, this is the perfect ammunition.
It's like they were just waiting for this to happen.
It's like Christmas came early for them.
So they'll use the whole "we need to protect the people" narrative
Oh, absolutely.
to justify all this.
Yeah, they'll say they need to protect investors and prevent future hacks, but the reality is they're just using this to gain more control.
Right, more KYC, more AML requirements, more surveillance in general.
Exactly. They're going to try to chip away at our financial freedom using this as an excuse.
So it's like a lose-lose situation.
It's not looking good.
But you know what? Let's bring it back to what matters most to us here at PumpPanda.
Okay.
Meme coins.
Yeah.
What does all of this mean for those juicy 100S gains we're always chasing?
Well, first things first, this whole situation is going to inject a massive dose of fear and uncertainty into the market.
Makes sense.
And that's going to translate into more volatility, especially for meme coins.
Buckle up, PumpPanda fan. It's about to get bumpy.
Yeah.
But does that mean that we should just abandon ship on meme coins completely?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
The meme coin market is still driven by hype community sentiment and the potential for massive gains.
Right.
And those factors haven't disappeared overnight.
True.
But this hack does highlight one crucial point that we always emphasize here at PumpPanda.
And that is,
security.
you're talking about the not your keys, not your coins mantra?
Exactly. This Bybit hack is a brutal reminder that centralized exchanges, no matter how big or secure they seem, are always vulnerable.
Right.
If you don't control the private keys, you don't truly own your crypto.
So what's the PumpPanda solution?
Having a solid cold storage wallet is non-negotiable at this point.
All right, break it down for us. What exactly is a cold storage wallet and why is it so important?
A cold wallet is basically an offline device that's specifically designed to store your crypto.
Okay,
It's not connected to the internet, which makes it much harder for hacker access.
got it.
And since you control the private keys, which are like secret codes that give you access to your crypto,
Yeah.
you're in full control of your assets.
So it's like having your own personal crypto vault.
Exactly.
I like it. So cold storage, got it. Any specific wallets that you recommend for our listeners?
We've talked about it before on the show, but Ledger is a great option.
Yep.
It's a hardware wallet, so it's super secure, plus it's easy to use even if you're new to the crypto space.
Perfect. So we're advocating for diversification, moving at least some of your holdings to cold storage.
Yes.
What else should our PumpPanda fan be thinking about in light of this whole Bybit situation?
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Lazarus Group.
Oh boy.
If they are really behind this, they're clearly not slowing down.
Right.
They walked away with over $1.4 billion.
More than the combined losses from the Ronin network and FTX hacks combined.
It's a crazy amount of money.
It's terrifying. But what does that mean for us? I mean, they're going after exchanges, right? Not individual wallets.
That's true, but it highlights a crucial point. This isn't just about Bybit.
Okay.
This is a wake-up call for everyone in the crypto space. Centralized exchanges are honeypots for hackers, especially state-backed groups like Lazarus.
So nobody is truly safe.
Nobody is 100% safe.
All right, so what's a meme coin-loving PumpPanda to do in all of this chaos?
First and foremost, prioritize security. If you're holding meme coins on an exchange, any exchange, now is the time to seriously consider moving them to a cold wallet.
Yeah.
Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your assets.
Okay, diversification and cold storage, got it. What else?
Stay informed. Things are moving fast in this space. Knowledge is power.
True.
Understand the risks. Stay up to date on the latest developments. And whatever you do, don't fall for scams.
So where's the best place to stay informed about all the latest meme coin trends, market moves, and those juicy 100x opportunities, besides this show, of course?
Well, you already know the answer to that. Join our PumpPanda Telegram group.
Of course.
For exclusive trading signals, real-time market updates, and a community of like-minded degens who are all about riding that meme coin wave to the moon.
The link is in the show notes. Definitely check it out, fam.
Yeah, come join us.
But before you head over to Telegram, there's one more thing I want to unpack. The Bybit CEO, Ben Zhu. He's been pretty vocal, assuring everyone that Bybit is solvent and will honor withdrawals. He even went live to address concerns directly.
Yeah, it's a classic case of trust but verify.
Right.
And while they are processing withdrawals, they're also taking out loans to cover those withdrawals.
Which isn't exactly a side of robust financial health.
It definitely raises some red flags.
Right. And it all goes back to what we've been saying all along. Not your keys, not your coins.
It's the golden rule.
Cold storage is your best defense against these kinds of attacks.
For sure.
And don't forget about diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially when that basket is a centralized exchange.
Wise words.
Now, some people might be thinking, okay, this is bad for Bybit, but does it really affect the broader crypto market?
It absolutely does.
How so?
Well, the immediate impact has been a dip in crypto prices, especially Ethereum, as fear and uncertainty grip the market.
Yeah, that was to be expected.
But the long-term implications are even more significant.
Like what?
This hack could be a catalyst for a whole new wave of regulations.
Right, those calls for stricter KYC AML requirements, all that jazz, are going to get even louder?
Exactly, and it's a double-edged sword.
How so?
On the one hand, some level of regulation might be necessary.
Right, to protect investors.
Right, to deter bad actors and protect investors. But on the other hand, excessive regulation could stifle innovation and hinder the growth of the crypto space.
It's finding that balance.
It's a delicate balance, for sure.
So this is just the beginning of the story.
It's just the tip of the iceberg.
We're going to need to keep a close eye on how this all unfolds.
Absolutely. In the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore some of the details of the hack and what it means for you, the savvy meme coin investor.
Sounds good. We'll start by talking about the prime suspect, the Lazarus Group.
These guys are pros, and their tactics are evolving. Understanding their playbook is crucial for staying ahead of the curve.
So stay tuned, Pumpin' Fam. We'll be right back after a quick break.
We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the deep dive, where we're breaking down this whole Bybit hack and what it means for you, the meme coin enthusiast.
Right. So in part one, we talked about the scale of the hack, those potential Lazarus Group connections, the immediate impact on the market. It's a lot to process.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
But now I want to talk about the potential ripple effects, because a hack of this magnitude doesn't just go away overnight.
Right. It sends shockwaves through the entire crypto ecosystem and impacts everything from investor sentiment to government regulations.
And speaking of regulations, we touched on this before the break, but let's unpack this a bit further, because I have a feeling this Bybit situation is going to give governments the excuse they've been waiting for to come down hard on crypto.
Yeah, it's like they've been waiting in the wings for the perfect opportunity to swoop in and assert their control.
It's the whole never let a good crisis go to waste thing.
Exactly. Governments have had a very complicated relationship with crypto from the very beginning. They love the idea of control, but they hate the idea of something operating outside of their grasp.
So they're going to point to this hack as proof that crypto is the Wild West,
Oh, yeah.
a haven for criminals and money launderers, and they'll use that as justification for stricter regulations.
100%. Get ready for more KYC AML regulation.
KYC AML, break it down for us.
So KYC stands for Know Your Customer.
Okay.
It's basically a way for exchanges to verify your identity, make sure you're not involved in any shady business.
Right.
And then AML stands for Anti-Money Laundering.
Got it.
And it's all about tracking transactions to prevent illegal activities.
So more hoops to jump through, more paperwork, more invasion of privacy.
Yep.
Does this mean it's going to be harder to buy and sell meme coins on exchanges?
That's definitely a possibility. We could see stricter verification requirements, transaction limits, even restrictions on certain types of meme coins that regulators deem too risky.
This is the stuff that keeps me up at night. It feels like they're using this hack to push through a whole wave of regulations that could stifle innovation and erode the core principles of crypto.
That's the real danger here, and it's important for the crypto community to push back against this overreach and advocate for sensible regulations
Right.
that strike a balance between security and freedom.
We need regulations that protect investors and prevent illegal activity,
Yes,
but we also don't want to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs.
we don't want to stifle innovation.
Exactly. Now let's zoom in on another potential consequence of this hack, the impact on centralized exchanges, CEX.
Right, because when a platform as big as Bybit gets hit this hard, it really makes you question the security of every other centralized exchange out there.
If Bybit isn't safe, who is?
That's the question everybody's asking.
Right. People are scared, they're angry, and they're losing trust in these institutions that are supposed to be protecting their assets.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
So what can CEXs do to rebuild that trust and prevent future attacks? Because we can't just abandon exchanges altogether.
We can't.
They play a crucial role in the crypto ecosystem.
Right. They provide liquidity convenience, a user-friendly way to buy, sell, trade crypto.
So they need to step up their game when it comes to security.
Big time. No more cutting corners, no more skimping on security measures.
So what does that look like? What are those non-negotiables?
Robust multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
This means using multiple layers of verification, like a password, a code sent to your phone, even biometric authentication to access your account.
So making it way harder for hackers to get in, even if they do manage to steal a password or some other piece of information.
Exactly, and it's not just about user accounts. They also need to ensure that the vast majority of user funds are held in cold storage.
We talked about cold storage earlier, but for exchanges, it's even more critical.
Way more critical. These exchanges are holding billions of dollars worth of crypto, so keeping most of it offline in a secure location is the best way to protect it from hackers.
Okay, so multi-factor authentication, cold storage, what else?
Regular security audits.
Explain it like I'm 5.
So basically, you bring in independent experts to test their systems, identify vulnerabilities, and recommend improvements.
Got it.
It's like a checkup for their security protocols, make sure everything is up to par.
Okay, regular security audits, got it. Anything else?
Bug bounty programs.
Bug bounty programs, what's that?
Think of it like a reward system for ethical hackers.
Okay.
So they invite security researchers, hackers, to try to find vulnerabilities in their systems, and if they find something, they get paid a bounty.
So they're actually incentivizing people to hack them.
In a control environment, yes. It's a way to identify and fix weaknesses before the bad guys can exploit them.
I like it. It's a proactive approach to security,
Exactly.
recognizing that no system is perfect and there will always be vulnerabilities.
Always.
Right, so CEX have a lot of work to do to regain trust and improve security. But what about this whole North Korea angle? This wasn't just some random group of hackers. This was a state-sponsored attack, allegedly by the Lazarus Group.
Right, and that adds a whole other layer of complexity to this situation.
Okay, so for those who haven't been following along, give us the rundown on this Lazarus Group. Who are they, what's their motivation, and why are they targeting crypto?
So the Lazarus Group is believed to be a state-sponsored cybercrime syndicate operating out of North Korea.
Okay.
They're not just some kids in a basement. These guys are highly skilled, well-funded, and they're believed to be directly supported by the North Korean government.
So what's their end game here? Why are they stealing millions, even billions of dollars in crypto?
Well, North Korea is a heavily sanctioned country facing some serious economic challenges.
Right.
They're isolated from the global financial system, and they're desperate for hard currency.
So they're turning to cybercrime to fund their regime and evade sanctions.
Exactly. And cryptocurrency is a particularly attractive target for them.
How so?
Well, it's relatively easy to move across borders. It's harder to trace than traditional fiat currency, and it's becoming an increasingly valuable asset class.
So they're using stolen crypto to prop up their government potentially even fund their weapons programs.
That's the concern, and it raises some serious geopolitical implications.
Yeah, this isn't just about money anymore. This is about national security and the growing threat of state-sponsored cybercrime.
This is the big leagues now.
It's a scary thought, but what can we actually do about it? I mean, we're just meme coin enthusiasts. We're not international diplomats.
You're right, we can't single-handedly solve this geopolitical puzzle, but it's important to understand the context. We're not just dealing with random criminals anymore. We're dealing with sophisticated state-backed actors with significant resources and motives.
So the stakes are higher than ever.
Way higher.
Okay, so let's bring it back to what matters most to our PumpPanda fam meme coins.
Yeah.
How does all of this affect our favorite degen plays? Because let's be real, this whole Bybit situation has definitely spooked some people in the meme coin market.
There's a heightened sense of fear and uncertainty, which is understandable.
Right.
Meme coins are already volatile, and this hack isn't exactly helping. But here's the thing, the fundamentals haven't changed.
Okay.
The meme coin market is still driven by hype community sentiment and the potential for those sweet 100x gains.
True.
And this hack doesn't alter any of those factors.
Okay.
If anything, it reinforces the importance of what we preach here at PumpPanda: risk management, diversification, and security.
So basically, if you believe in a particular meme coin project and you've done your research, this hack shouldn't necessarily change your long-term outlook.
Exactly. This isn't the time to panic sell, but it is a time to be smart, to be strategic, and to take the necessary steps to protect your assets.
Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, diversify your holdings, and for the love of all that is holy, move your meme coins off exchanges and into cold storage.
Not your keys, not your coins.
That mantra is more relevant now than ever.
It's the golden rule of crypto.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, there's one more crucial point I want to address. You mentioned that North Korea is targeting crypto because it's easy to move across borders and hard to trace. But isn't that also one of the things that makes crypto so appealing in the first place?
It's a double-edged sword for sure. The very qualities that make crypto so innovative and disruptive also make it vulnerable to exploitation by bad actors. But that doesn't mean we should throw the baby out with the bathwater.
So how do we balance the need for security with the need for decentralization and privacy? Because those things seem to be kind of at odds with each other.
It's a complex issue and there's no easy answer, but there are solutions being developed, like privacy-enhancing technologies, more secure ways to manage private keys. The key is to be aware of the trade-offs, to make informed decisions, and to support the development of technologies that prioritize both security and freedom.
So be aware, be informed, and support innovation. Got it. Now let's shift gears and talk about some potential solutions and strategies for navigating the post-Bybit hack landscape. Because regardless of whether you're using a CEX or DX, there are certain things you need to be doing to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
So hit me with the wisdom. What's the PumpPanda game plan?
Okay, first and foremost, be more vigilant than ever about security. The bad guys are getting smarter, more sophisticated, so we need to step up our game as well. And this means being hyper-aware of phishing scams.
Phishing scams, break it down for us. What exactly is a phishing scam?
So it's a type of social engineering attack where scammers try to trick you into giving them your personal information, like your passwords or seed phrase, by disguising themselves as a trustworthy entity.
Okay.
They might send you an email that looks like it's from your exchange, or they might create a fake website that looks almost identical to the real one.
So they're basically trying to trick you into giving them the keys to your crypto kingdom.
Exactly. And with meme coins, it's even more important to be vigilant because there's so much hype and FOMO.
Right.
Scammers prey on that excitement, creating fake token launches or airdrops to lure people in.
So always double check those links and be wary of anything that seems too good to be true.
Exactly. Always double check the addresses you're sending crypto to make sure you're sending it to the correct address, and be extra careful when copying and pasting addresses. One wrong character can send your crypto into the abyss.
And once it's gone, it's gone. No takebacks in the crypto world.
Nope. And of course, use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication on all your accounts. I know it's basic security hygiene, but you'd be surprised how many people still don't do this.
It's easy to get complacent, especially when you're chasing those meme coin gains. But security is not something that we could afford to neglect.
Not at all. And remember, knowledge is your best defense. Stay informed about the latest security threats, keep up with industry news, and don't be afraid to ask questions if you're unsure about something.
Okay, so be vigilant, double-check addresses, use strong passwords and two-factor authentication, and stay informed. Got it. Any other words of wisdom before we wrap up this deep dive?
Well, this Bybit hack is a stark reminder that the crypto space is still evolving. It's a wild ride, and there will be challenges, setbacks, even attacks like this along the way. But it's also a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the crypto community.
We're building something truly transformative here, and are not going to let a few bad actors stop us.
Exactly. So stay strong, stay informed, and stay focused on those meme coin moonshots. And remember, you're not alone in this.
The PumpPanda fam is here to support you every step of the way. Join our Telegram group for exclusive trading signals, real-time market updates, and a community of like-minded degens who are all about riding that meme coin wave to the moon.
The link is in the show notes. We'll keep you ahead of the curve with the latest insight strategies and those juicy 100x opportunities.
And remember, stay frosty out there.
Until next time, happy trading.
Welcome back, PumpPanda fam, to the final part of our Bybit hack deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, but we're not done yet.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride for sure, but knowledge is power, and we're going to make sure you come out of this armed and dangerous.
That's right. We've talked about the hack itself, the fallout, the potential for tighter regulations, the role of state-sponsored cybercrime. It's enough to make your head spin.
It's a lot to digest.
But now it's time to get proactive. It's time to talk solutions and strategies for navigating this whole new crypto landscape, especially when it comes to meme coins, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, right? Those sweet, juicy gains.
Absolutely. We're going to give you the knowledge and tools you need to not only protect your asset, but thrive in this market. So let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, centralized exchanges.
CEX, yeah, they're kind of the backbone of the crypto ecosystem right now. They offer convenience, liquidity, and a wide range of trading options.
For sure.
But this Bybit hack has exposed some serious vulnerabilities.
It's definitely shaken people's trust. I mean, when a platform as big as Bybit, the third largest globally, gets hit this hard, it makes you wonder if you can trust any CEX.
Right, so what's the answer? Do we just abandon CEX altogether and move everything to cold storage?
Well, it's not about blind trust or completely abandoning CEX. It's about understanding the risks, making informed decisions, and taking steps to mitigate those risks.
So it's all about being smart, being strategic, and finding that balance between convenience and security.
Exactly. CEX still offer a lot of value, especially for active traders, but we need to be more discerning about which exchanges we use and how we use them.
So what does that look like in practice? What should our PumpPanda fan be looking for in a CEX?
First and foremost, choose reputable exchanges with a proven track record of security. Don't just go for the cheapest fees or the flashiest interface.
Right.
Do your research, read reviews, look for exchanges that have implemented those robust security measures we talked about earlier?
You're talking about multi-factor authentication, cold storage for the majority of user funds, regular security audits, bug bounty programs, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Those are non-negotiables in today's climate.
Got it.
And once you've chosen an exchange, remember diversification.
Right, spread the risk.
Don't keep all your crypto on a single exchange, no matter how secure it seems.
So how many exchanges should we be using?
There's no magic number, but a good starting point is 2 or 3 reputable exchanges.
Okay.
And of course, you should always keep a significant portion of your crypto in cold storage.
So diversification across multiple exchanges in cold storage, got it. Now, what about decentralized exchanges? They've been getting a lot of buzz lately, especially with all this Bybit drama. Are they a viable alternative to CEX?
DEXs have definitely been gaining traction, and for good reason. They offer some significant advantages over CEX, especially when it comes to security.
Remind us how DEXs are different from CEXs, what makes them more secure?
So unlike CEXs, which are centralized, meaning they're controlled by a single company, DEXs are decentralized. They don't rely on a central server or a single point of failure.
Okay.
Instead, they operate on a blockchain using smart contracts to facilitate trades.
So there's no central authority that hackers can target and no single entity that can censor transactions or freeze accounts.
Exactly. And because you're trading directly with other users without an intermediary, you have more control over your assets.
Sounds pretty good, but there must be some downsides to DEXs, right?
Yeah, there are definitely some trade-offs. DEXs can be less user-friendly than CEX, especially for beginners.
Okay.
They often have lower liquidity, which means it can be harder to buy and sell large amounts of crypto, and they don't always offer the same range of trading options like margin trading or derivatives.
So it's a balancing act. CEXs offer convenience and a wider range of features, but they're more vulnerable to hacks and regulation.
Right.
DEXs offer enhanced security and more control of your assets, but they can be more complex and less user-friendly.
It's all about finding the right fit for your needs and your risk tolerance. But here's the thing. DX technology is constantly evolving. They're becoming more user-friendly, liquidity is improving, and more features are being added all the time.
So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on the DX space, especially as these technologies mature.
Absolutely. Now, let's shift gears and talk about some broader strategies for navigating this post-Bybit hack landscape. Because regardless of whether you're using a CEX or a DX, there are certain things you need to be doing to protect yourself.
Okay, hit us with the wisdom. What's the PumpPanda game plan?
First and foremost, be more vigilant than ever about security. The bad guys are getting smarter, more sophisticated, so we need to step up our game as well. And this means being hyper aware of phishing scams.
Phishing scams, for those who aren't familiar, break it down for us. What exactly is a phishing scam?
It's a type of social engineering attack where scammers try to trick you into giving them your personal information, like your passwords or seed phrase, by disguising themselves as a trustworthy entity. They might send you an email that looks like it's from your exchange, or they might create a fake website that looks almost identical to the real one.
So they're basically trying to trick you into giving them the keys to your crypto kingdom.
Exactly. And with meme coins, it's even more important to be vigilant because there's so much hype and FOMO.
Right.
Scammers prey on that excitement, creating fake token launches or airdrops to lure people in.
So always double check those links. Be wary of anything that seems too good to be true.
Exactly. Always double check the addresses you're sending crypto to make sure you're sending it to the correct address, and be extra careful when copying and pasting addresses. One wrong character can send your crypto into the abyss.
And once it's gone, no takebacks in the crypto world.
Nope. And of course, use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication on all your accounts. I know that's basic security hygiene, but you'd be surprised how many people still don't do this.
Yeah, it's easy to get complacent, especially when you're chasing those meme coin gains, but security is not something that we can afford to neglect.
Not at all. And remember, knowledge is your best defense. Stay informed about the latest security threats, keep up with industry news, and don't be afraid to ask questions if you're unsure about something.
So be vigilant, double-check addresses, use strong passwords, and two-factor authentication. And stay informed. Got any other words of wisdom before we wrap up this deep dive?
Well, this Bybit hack is a stark reminder that the crypto space is still evolving. It's a wild ride, and there will be challenges, setbacks, even attacks like this along the way. But it's also a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the crypto community.
Right. We're building something truly transformative here, and we're not going to let a few bad actors stop us.
Exactly. So stay strong, stay informed, and stay focused on those meme coin moonshots. And remember, you're not alone in this.
The PumpPanda fan is here to support you every step of the way. Join our Telegram group for exclusive trading signals, real-time market updates, and a community of like-minded degens who are all about riding that meme coin wave to the moon.
The link is in the show notes. We'll keep you ahead of the curve with the latest insight strategies and those juicy 100x opportunities.
And remember, stay frosty out there.